Welcome, everybody, to the weekly NFL Pick'em Show on the Grueling Truth Sports Network. We're at Week 7. The NFL Weekly Pick'em Show is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. You know, ever since I started doing this podcast, people have asked me for advice. Usually it's what team to bet on this week. You get the Chiefs or the Raiders, Vikings, or the Ravens. Let me tell you this, where you're betting is just as important as who you're betting on, so that's why I always tell everybody to go to mybookie.ag. They've been in business for years. Their reputation is rock solid. They do 100% cash bonuses, and if you go to NFL Picks for a promo code, you'll get a 100% cash bonus just for listening to us and going to their website. So right off the bat, you're making money for doing nothing at all. Oz Davis loves that since he's a liberal out in California. And they have by far the fastest payouts. Seriously, just 2 business days. So you know who's going to win, right? Lay down some cash and win big today with mybookie.ag. Remember the promo code NFL Picks. And I am your host for the NFL Pick'em Show, Mike Goodpaster. And right now I want to welcome in all my co-hosts. Usually we introduce the big winner first. The big winner this week was myself, Alex Golden, and Brian Schmidt, all at 8-6. Schmitty now retains a 3-game lead over me and Matt Andruscavage, who went a woeful 7-7. And Oz Davis, who has continued to pick at an alarmingly horrifying rate, as he was 5-9 this week, which was a little bit better than last week. He's now 10 games behind Brian. So, Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. I have a question, though, is every week, who are all these people that ask you about what games to pick? Because based on your...
there was Bob in Toledo who sent me an email today asking me if I like the Raiders or the Chiefs. And then we got Jaime in Mexico City. He sent and asked me who I was picking in the big soccer game.
Okay, understand that when you create these emails and send these emails to yourself, it's you that's asking yourself, not these people.
No, I didn't. I don't. It's like I'm going to just off the hand call myself Jaime, and let's face it, I'm not going to take the time. Number one, I can't make up other emails because my memory is so bad, I'll forget the damn passwords anyways, and so I'm screwed there anyhow. So we know that's one thing I'll never do is make it, because I can barely remember the passwords for my own stuff, which luckily is locked into my computer and my phone, or I would be screwed. So, Brian, without any further ado, do you have anything you want to talk about football-wise, or do you just want to try to bust my ass? I wrote what it was sent for me to write, or read what it was sent for me, what they wrote. Whatever. Go ahead.
No, nothing really football. We'll get into a whole bunch of fun stuff as we do this show, so.
All right. Any big takeaways for you? Matt Andruscavage, who was just mediocre this week at 7-7?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rough picking week. I'd say probably the biggest news would have to be the Aaron Rodgers injury that really shakes up the NFC. The NFC, I guess I'd have to say the Eagles are just more and more impressive each week. But now, to me, the whole NFC is wide open because of Atlanta is just keeps getting into these close losses, so that we don't know what's going on with them. Packers are different. Lions, with the Stafford injury. It's just all I'm saying is the NFC is really, really wide open. And I
do have a question that I did actually get a real email from too, and that was somebody that read your NFL power rankings today, and they wanted to know if you really are a freaking moron or if you were just drunk when you wrote those up. It was a Kansas City Chiefs fan that, since the Chiefs beat the Eagles, wanted to know why the Eagles were number 1 over the Chiefs.
Well, see, this is a power rankings as to where you are right now.
I know, but see, this guy is actually stupid, so that's why I figured I'd bring it up.
So I was plenty sober, and I felt like it was the right move because Kansas City did not look very good, and the Philadelphia Eagles did.
I agree with you, but so Patrick in wherever the hell he was from, I don't even remember. Maybe I'll give his email address out at the end of the show, and everybody can bombard him with emails.
Yeah.
All right, but hey, at least we know that people read it. So next up, we have, of course, maybe the worst picker in the history of Western civilization picking, Oz Davis. How you doing, Oz?
Well, with this amazing acumen behind me, I'm wondering why you went for the very sloppily executed, gratuitous slam of my so-called California liberalism
Holy
during
God,
the
that whole
intro.
sentence had good as
My
Tim
God,
Lance.
I already lost track of what you were saying like 20 seconds ago.
Par for the course. Par for the course. That's what I'm saying.
Well, what was your biggest takeaway from this week?
My biggest takeaway is also going to be my excuse. Crazy week in the NFL. So visiting teams were 8-6 and underdogs were 10-4 against the spread. And suddenly, in case I did before, I really don't know what's going on right now, except that the Texans and the Eagles look really good.
Well, you always go through the Texans, and you're forgetting about
the week
before this one where they got hammered by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Of course I am, but this is like power rankings. We're just talking about what's going on right now.
All right. Let's see. So I guess we will go ahead and pick these games. There's nobody else to introduce. We're a little short this week with Alex. He's in Tahiti.
Is he really? Good for him.
No, he's not really. My God, who would be in Tahiti?
Damn.
Jeez, that would be a hell of a good story, though. Yeah. So, all right, we'll just start off with the first game of the week, which is actually a very interesting contest now. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Oakland Raiders, Oz.
Well, I don't know. I start with, isn't Oakland better than 2-4? But maybe they're not. I liked what the defense did against the Chargers, but that's not the grandest of accolades. And Carr didn't look 100%. And on top of that, I don't believe he's fully recovered from this injury, he was sacked 6 frickin' times. So it's I would like to think that the numbers will even out. They would win this game, but I'll take the Chiefs visiting and 3-point favorites.
All right, I'm going to go with Oz on this. I'm going to live a little dangerously. Matt.
Yeah, I'm going to take Kansas City as well. There's just not enough out there. When you look at Oakland, the way they run the ball or the way they attack defenses, they just don't seem to have anything clicking offensively. There's just no reason to think that they've improved. Amari Cooper has really regressed. I don't think they're going to get enough production out of Marshawn Lynch. And if Derek Carr is not recovered, they're in trouble. So I'm going to take Kansas City to win this.
Well, I think this. I made this prediction on the show to everybody last year when we had Charlie Boots on, the Raider broadcaster, and that was that they will never win a playoff game or no way get to a Super Bowl until they get a different coach other than Jack Del Rio, Brian. And I think that may be correct.
We've agreed on that since last year. I'll take KC as well. This Oakland team, when you watch them, they just, for everything on paper at the beginning of the year that everybody talked about how good this team was supposed to be, it really does come to the coaching, because when you watch them, they don't look well coached. There have been games this year where, quite honestly, they've been flat out coached just in the game plan. And I think until they really upgrade that part of their organization, they're never going to get to where they could possibly be.
Well, here's a question then, guys. Is Jack Del Rio a good defensive coordinator and just not a good head coach, or is he just all hype? Or what do you guys think of him?
I think he's a good defensive coordinator. I just don't think he's a head coach. Schmitty?
Yeah, I agree. I think he's a guy that if you put him, when he took over that job, as a guy that you put in head coaching job as kind of a filler guy, a rebuilder, so to speak. Not so much of a rebuilder, but at least a guy that when things are bad can kind of help get things on track. But he's not a next-level guy. He's a guy you hire when you really don't have a choice and you need a head coach. But he's a great defensive coordinator.
Well, see, I don't even think he's a rebuilder or a builder. I mean, I don't think he drafted those players. I think those players fell into his lap, and if they wouldn't have, he'd already been out of here anyway.
Oh,
that's my opinion. But he had a lot of talent in Jacksonville and never won anything.
Yeah.
And they kept him forever there. I mean, what's your opinion, Matt?
I think he probably just is a good defensive coordinator, and sometimes when an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator is really good, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, and it doesn't really look like it's working. Just because we can look at
the next game, Schmitty, your favorite team. The Baltimore Ravens at the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm going to take Minnesota. Baltimore has been very hit or miss. Again, a team that does have a great head coach, so they can always turn it around. But I'll take Minnesota in this one.
All right. Oz?
I think one of the untold stories of the season so far is how good the Ravens defense has been. They're number 2 overall in defense and number 2 against the pass on defense. And they're going against Case Keenum this week. So all signs point to a very low-scoring game at least. But then you look at the offensive side of the ball, I just think Minnesota's just going to have that much more to win on the offensive side of the ball. Low-scoring game, I'll take Minnesota to win, but I'll probably take the Ravens plus the 5.5.
All right, I agree with Oz completely on this game. I just don't think Joe Flacco has got enough weapons. Matt?
Well, I got interrupted, so I don't know where this game is being played.
How'd you get interrupted? When were you talking?
You had me answer a question
Minnesota
about Jack Del Rio.
Oh, you didn't answer it quick enough then. I'm sorry. I forgot what we were
I
doing.
didn't even get to weigh in on that one, Matt.
Yeah, but you got to ask a question, didn't you? Or was that
so did you say this is at Minnesota?
Matt.
Baltimore's Minnesota. All right. I'll take the Vikings at home, but I agree with you guys. Very low-scoring game.
Yeah, and I would take the Vikings anywhere in this game, to tell you the truth. And Teddy Bridgewater looks like he may be able to play before the year's up, too. Oz?
Wow, that'll be interesting. We haven't seen that in a while. And he probably, by the time he gets there, they'll probably have expended Case Keenum's, good vibes or whatever. They seem to go through quarterbacks about every 4 or 5 games. So by then, they'll be ready for him. Great. Good. I can't wait to see Bridgewater.
All right, the next game, which it was already interesting. Now it may be less interesting, as according to which team you're a fan of. But we get the New Orleans Saints, who are hot and actually playing defense now. Well, for at least a half against Detroit they did. At Green Bay, Brian.
I'll even with New Orleans not being a great team on the road, I'm going to take New Orleans in this one.
All right, Matt?
Yeah, same here. I was kind of hemming and hawing just because at Lambeau, they usually find ways to win these games, but I just don't think Brett Hundley's ready. I don't think he's got enough around him, and the defense.
Well, I just don't think the officials can make enough bad calls for them to win this game. Not without Aaron Rodgers there.
Yeah.
To take advantage of
Drew Brees is going to be I think Drew Brees will shred that defense.
Yeah, and I think Oz, I'm going to go with the Saints too, and I think the Saints are a serious contender now.
Yeah.
How
about it? They can certainly run up the points. They're going to have to, I think, do a little bit more than bend, don't break on defense, but get a little more aggressive might be nice. I mean, they had going into last week, I believe that they had 0 sacks on the year. So, they'd be nice to see a little more production from that end. But, yeah, I mean, the Saints are in this thing. It's wild. It's great.
So are you going with the Saints also?
Yeah, I got to take the Saints, and they're going to cover that 5.5.
How about for sure? No, taking the Packers.
Don't make fun of us. He's my friend. All right, next up, we've got the Jets at the Dolphins. This is a battle for first place in the AFC East. Who would have thought that?
Good Lord.
I know.
Have you seen the
Maybe if Richard Todd was against Dan Marino or something, I could buy it. But we get the Jets at the Dolphins. I'll start this one off. I have no clue. Because I don't think either team's that good. But somehow, if the playoffs started today, Miami would be the 6th seed. So they're not that good. I think the Jets play hard. But I don't know.
Where is this game at again?
It's at Miami, but it doesn't really matter because the Dolphins don't always show up. I'm going to go with the Dolphins, but I wouldn't bet any money on it, Oz. How about you?
Well, I might, but I'm crazy. I don't understand why Miami, who does not have a huge home field advantage, is a 3-point favorite in this game. I don't think they should be favored over anybody. I don't care if this is a first-place game. Jets are much better. Jets.
So you're going with the Jets, all right, Brian?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets. But it is a hard game to pick. But the Jets play harder. I think they also do some things a little bit that I've seen them this year. They do some things that I think impress me a little bit more than the Dolphins. So I'll go with them.
All right, Matt.
I'm going to go with Miami at home. I think Miami's got just a little bit better defense, which can be the difference. But I wouldn't lay any money on this, and I could see either team win. But I'm going to pick Miami.
All right, the next game, the Carolina Panthers at the Chicago Bears. The Bears are coming off a big upset over the Baltimore Ravens. Matt?
I'm going to go Carolina. I think the Bears can keep this game interesting if Mitchell Trubisky can get protection, find some receivers. But I think Carolina is actually playing a little better than we all maybe thought. I still don't think they're a great team, but they do have weapons, and the defense is playing fairly well. They gave Philadelphia a hard time. They still came off that win in New England, so they have been respectable up to this point. I just don't think the Bears are a real good team at all. I know they've had a couple of upsets against the AFC North, but I think Carolina will get this one done.
All right, Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Carolina. I
Brian's
think
still traumatized by that Pittsburgh at Chicago game a few weeks ago. That's why he had to pause a little bit.
Yeah, I am. But yeah, I'll go with Carolina.
All right, I'm going with Carolina also. So this sets it up for Oz.
Do it.
Gee. Yeah, well. Okay, sure. What the hell? I'll take Chicago. Chicago is a 3-point underdog. And Matt is correct. This is not a great team, but they do have some intriguing parts. I like the running game.
Jordan Howard, yeah, he's a really good running back.
But I like the run blocking too. I mean, that's just not in a vacuum. And I do think that the Panthers are overrated. I mean, what? So they pulled off a comeback win against the Patriots defense, which is bad. Okay. For the sake of argument, I'll take the Bears, and I want to ask Matt. Why did the 49ers pass up on Trubisky again? What was the?
Because he's not very good.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll see.
I'm going to defend Matt on this. I don't think he is either. So the bigger question is, why did anybody pass up on Deshaun Watson and take Mitch Trubisky?
Yes, that would probably be a better question. That's a rough one.
Why did the 49ers pass up on Watson?
Well, a lot of teams pass up on Watson. I think there was a question, but they needed defense. But, yeah, Deshaun Watson looks really good right now. I can't argue with it.
He sure does.
Wow. All right, so Oz was right once so far. Next game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Buffalo Bills. Brian?
Man, I'm going to go with Buffalo. Tampa Bay I don't know. Sometimes they look good, sometimes they don't. I'm going to take Buffalo to go into to win at home.
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay is a team similar to Oakland. They'll be good when they get a new coach. I'm going with Buffalo also. Oz?
I like that bit about the coach. Do we know why this game has no line at the sports book? I mean, are we waiting for something? Is Winston coming back? Is he?
That's probably what they're waiting on.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
Okay. He's coming back. All right. Well, I'll take Buffalo regardless. This is a really unexciting game. I think, you're absolutely right about the coaches. Look, even as a dumbass fan like myself, you can see that the Buccaneers are not nearly as motivated as they were, say, last year, or even for the TV show they did this offseason, to be honest. They just don't seem to be playing with much heart. So, I'm going to go with Buffalo. I like Buffalo.
All right, Matt?
Before last week, I probably would have picked Tampa, but they, like you said, I think the comparison to Oakland is a pretty good one. They just don't look inspired. I think Buffalo is a team that's playing better than what they actually are, and that's good coaching. That's just, they're just finding ways to win. The big game against the Atlanta Falcons was really big. They're coming off a bye week. I think they've just got a few things in their favor to get a win.
All right, next up, Oz, the Arizona Cardinals, who now have a running game at the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, but this is my pick of the week. It's the Rams. The Rams are going to cover this. The Rams are, 3.5-point favorites. They're playing this game in London, and the Rams are leaving directly from Florida. So they're staying in the Jacksonville area where they were this week to play the game, and then they're going to jump overseas. Arizona's going all the way from, Arizona.
What seas are they going to jump over? Is this a game in London?
Yeah, this is the London game.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, so go ahead.
Yeah, so and the Rams have been there before. They played there last year. I think that, we've had pros on this show who have various remarks about how much travel affects you, but the truth is that, look, the Rams are younger. The Rams are quicker, and I think that they're more poised to deal with this trip than Arizona is. So, yeah, I'm taking the Rams minus the points. I can't believe I'm doing it, but I am.
All right, Matt.
It's a tough game to call. Part of me wants to go with the Cardinals here, but I think I'm leaning towards the Rams on this one. I think I am. I mean, I really like the addition of Adrian Peterson on the Cardinals. Just watching him, that's impressive. I think giving Carson Palmer an effective running game without David Johnson, to get a weapon like that back and being able to open up the passing game, I think is really big. But I don't think Arizona's defense is real good. I think the Rams are going to be able to find room against that defense. I think Todd Gurley has more of a week than he did this past week on the ground, and I think they are could probably be able to handle the travel a little bit better than the Cardinals. So I'm going to go with the Rams on this one.
All right, Brian.
I like that the Cardinals have Adrian Peterson now. I think it's going to be a difference maker for them, especially because they're going to handle the ball. So as long as he doesn't get injured, I think it's going to help them. But I think the Rams are an interesting and a good team, and right now, they're a hot team, and it's hard to go against a team that's a good team. So I'll go with the Rams.
All right, I'm going with the Rams also, so we'll make it a clean sweep. I just think the Rams are a better team. Next up, we've got the Tennessee Titans at the mighty Cleveland Browns. Oz, I'm going to let you go last on this because we'll tease you if everybody picks Tennessee, and we might trick you into picking Cleveland. So, Brian, you going with Tennessee or Cleveland?
Tennessee. That's not
Matt.
Even a thought.
Oh, yeah, that's Matt.
Yeah, not much to explain there. Tennessee, I think they'll win.
All right, I'm going Tennessee also. Oz?
Yep, even with Kevin Hogan, I think the Titans can win this game.
Yeah, I like Kevin Hogan. I mean, most quarterbacks I've ever seen that tried to play with the last name of Hogan sucked royally, but Kevin seems to be one of the good ones. The next game, the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. I'll go first on this one. I'll take Jacksonville. I think their defense is going to eat that offensive line up. Matt?
Yeah. Same
Wait.
here.
Hold on, guys. The line on this is 3 points. Does that mean Luck is definitely coming back?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. I think he
Sorry.
needs to wait till 2 weeks down the road after they play the Bengals.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
I don't think he comes back. I still don't think he's coming back this year. But not
you don't
till
think
November.
he's coming back at all this year?
No. I think something's going to happen. He wasn't even supposed to be out beyond 5 weeks. And he's still out. I think he will be out. They will place him on injured reserve at the time this is over.
All right, Oz?
Wow, I like that. That's like a bonus prediction from Matt. I like that. We should do the over-under on when he comes back. I can't believe the Jaguars are only favored by 3 in this game. They're going to win by way more than that.
Yeah, but you got to remember, with the Jaguars, you never know what you get.
Yeah, this is true. But, I mean, won't that defense be enough? Can't the defense literally produce enough points to win this game?
Well, and can't Leonard Fournette just do enough on his own?
If Bortles was just a little better, they would be, I think they'd be
Super Bowl
scary.
contender.
They would be scary, yeah. Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, I'm going with Tennessee.
Tennessee?
That Indy team. We're doing Tennessee and Indy, right?
No, we're doing Jacksonville and Indy. We just did Tennessee and Cleveland. But since you said Tennessee, you're going to have to stick with Tennessee to win the Jacksonville-Indy game.
With that one.
But, Brian, this is the thing that makes this really
we all get a
worthwhile.
game off them.
If Tennessee if Tennessee beats Jacksonville and Indy at Indy while still playing Cleveland, we will give you 100 bonus picks, which will mean you clinch the season.
There you go. No, we'll go with Jacksonville.
Okay. But, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and catch a break and let Schmitty and us sober up. And we'll be back after this word from mybookie.ag.
I waited.
We'll get back to the podcast in just about a minute here, but first, football season is here, and if you're one of those fans of the NFL, the CFL, or college football who likes to make things interesting on game day, be sure to check out the offerings at mybookie.ag, a sponsor of the Grueling Truth Network. MyBookie reminds you that where you're betting is just as important as what you're betting on. MyBookie.ag offers the full range of point spreads, lines, odds, futures, proposition bets, and parlays on NFL, CFL, and FBS games that you'd find at any proper sportsbook online or off. They've also got the very trendy and exciting in-game live betting options as well. MyBookie offers all first-time players a 100% deposit bonus, thereby doubling your initial bankroll. And MyBookie accepts players from worldwide, including the U.S. and Canada. MyBookie.ag offers 24-hour multilingual customer service and chat, plus a handy app for your mobile device. Best of all about MyBookie.ag, though, is the payout time. MyBookie promises payouts to your account within 2 business days of request. So the next time you're wagering on football, or baseball, or basketball, or soccer, or any major sport, really, check out MyBookie.ag, sponsor of the Grueling Truth. Use promo code CFBPICKS or NFLPICKS to get a 100% match bonus on your first deposit. That's promo code CFBPICKS or NFLPICKS. Thank you, and please always play responsibly.
We're back on the Grueling Truth NFL Weekly Pick'em Show. We're Week 7. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster, sitting here with Brian Schmidt, Matt Andruscavage, Oz Davis. The next game we got to pick, the Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers, Matt.
Yep, I'll be at the game.
So you're going to pick the Niners?
No. We'll probably lose by 3, but
by 3?
Yeah.
Or 2.
I think we'll find a way. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You either win or you lose. It don't matter how many it's by.
Yeah, I know. I don't see really how they're going to be able to stop Jason Witten and Beasley on third down. I think that's going to be the biggest problem, and they'll probably give up a couple of big plays. It just seems to be what happens. Dallas is a really good team. I do think they'll be able to move the ball on them, but when it comes down to it, I mean, Dallas is – they really are a Super Bowl contender. I mean, right now their record doesn't say that they are. They've had some head-scratching moments this year. The Ezekiel Elliott thing is up in the air at times. I guess there was Elliott's going to play because he was successful on his restraining order, but I don't. Who knows? But I mean, they're a better put together team at this stage, and there's really no reason to pick the Niners at this point.
All right, Oz.
I was going to say that the Niners were going to get their first win in Week 9 against Arizona, but now with AP, I'm not so sure that's even the case.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I mean, 49ers have lost the last 5 by 3-2, 3-2, and 2.
NFL record.
I bet that they're going to cover this 6 points against Dallas, but I bet Dallas is going to win.
All right, Brian.
Dallas, they're going to get better. I don't know how great a team it's going to be, but they're going to get better than what they've shown at times. And honestly, San Francisco can't stay with them.
Yeah, and San Francisco, I don't think there's any way they have a quarterback on their roster to score more than 17 points in this game, so maybe not more than 10. And Dallas's defense is not very good, so I'm going to reluctantly pick Dallas, but gosh, I wish the 49ers would win. All right, the next game, probably the game of the millennium, the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers, Schmitty.
Yes, it is. Going with the Steelers. That's a no-brainer. They played a lot better against the Chiefs, playing well defensively.
It's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer. They played really well against Alex Smith. You know, I'm still the only Alex Smith hater in the world, so
I understand,
but they're overrated.
They played well defensively. They played well defensively all year.
Against the Chiefs, though.
They played against other teams. They played well, and they finally have done why they waited until.
Wait. I don't mean to interrupt you like Oz would, but who have they played that had a really good offense? They've beaten them, but they lost to the Bears.
The Bengals don't have a good offense.
Who?
The Bengals do not have a good offense.
Touché.
Okay, the Bengals don't have a good offense. You're correct. Even though that offense scored more than anybody else has against the Bills, and Dalton threw for 100 more yards than anybody has against the Bills, it's not the same Bengal offense as the first 2 weeks. That is also the same Bengals team. It should have beat Green Bay and Green Bay. That was a moral victory, yay. And then but I'm telling you, I think this game is a complete mismatch. The Bengals win this game.
Well,
I don't think Big Ben is going to be able to do anything against the Bengals offense or against the Bengals defense.
We'll see.
And I think the Bengals will do just enough on offense. I'm still not convinced with Pittsburgh's secondary. Now, your pass rush will beat the hell out of Dalton, so Dalton could get hurt, and then you might have a chance to win the game. But I think the Bengals are the better team.
We'll see. This is about the time of year where all of a sudden Pittsburgh starts turning it up. In the last 2 or 3 years, early in the year, first 6, 7 games, everybody's kind of going, oh God, what's going on? Then all of a sudden they turn it up a notch at end of October, November, December. So I believe that will happen again.
Yeah, and then they lose immediately in the playoffs, just like the Bengals. Well, he did win a playoff game last year, though. All right, Matt.
Well, if the Bengals were going to find a way to beat Pittsburgh, it would be this game because historically I think they've fared better in Pittsburgh than they have at Cincinnati.
Yeah, the Bengals have been better than Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's been better than Cincinnati.
But I think Pittsburgh's going to keep this going. I think Le'Veon Bell's going to have success on the ground. Antonio Brown, I know that Pac-Man Jones has had a couple of good games against him, but I don't think
Antonio Brown's never had a good game against him.
I thought last year he did, but maybe I'm wrong on that.
Brian, am I wrong here?
Last year he had the best game he's had against them, but it's still,
but Pac-Man wasn't playing then.
I can't remember
the game Pac-Man played last year, Antonio Brown didn't have that great of a game. The game Pac-Man missed, and Pac-Man could miss this game. He didn't completely practice today. So that's up in the air, too.
Well, the thing is I think Pittsburgh's defense is better than it has been in the past, and I think that'll be the difference in the game. I think Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but the Bengals' defense is better than Pittsburgh's. And that's not even close. Oz, are you going to be a dumbass like these two, or are you going to agree with me and be smart?
I was just looking at some old Pac-Man Jones versus Antonio Brown matchups. In what was it, in the playoffs? Jones accused Brown of faking a concussion. Do you guys remember this? I'm getting this from January 2016. Oh, okay. So that had to be following the 2015 season. But in any case, Mike.
I'm sure Mike wants to relive that game.
Doesn't bother me.
Mike, it's a tempting offer to not be a dumbass. But
I know, but you're always taking the dumbass route, so go ahead.
I think I'm going to be a dumbass.
Get nervous, Schmitty.
Dumbass that's a few games ahead of you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do not like Pittsburgh in this game, and I'll tell you what, this game's going to be the under. I am not a believer in Pittsburgh very much at all. But I don't know. I wish I could take the tie. Maybe I should just take the tie. I'll say this game's going to be a tie. Okay, I'll take it a tie, and I'll take the under. Tie. I need to gain games on all.
So you're going to take a loss.
I'm going to take a tie.
All right.
No, I'm going to take a tie.
It could be a tie with the 10-minute overtime.
It could be with this game.
All right, so odds called a tie.
So he went the dumbass route a little bit differently than I thought. But the next game, we've got Seattle at the Giants, Oz.
Seattle at the Giants, yeah. Well, I think that Eli looked really nice when he didn't have to worry about throwing it to prima donna wide receivers. He actually got to do kind of what he wanted to do and not worry about hurting anyone's feelings. But the truth is that Eli and the Giants versus Seattle are 2-5 in Manning's career. He hasn't beat them since 2010. He hasn't beat them in New York since 2008. So, yeah, I'll take Seattle.
All right, I'm going to go with Seattle also. I just think the defense will be too much for that offensive line. Matt?
Oh, yeah. I mean, without Odell Beckham and without Brandon Marshall and Sterling Shepard, who is going to score on?
Yeah, but he did fine with them. He did fine without them last week because he didn't have to worry about keeping everybody happy. I swear to God, it's an addition.
I think that was a complete fluke. There's no way Seattle coming off a bye.
I think that Oz is right a little bit. I mean, look at Matt Stafford.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm not saying you're wrong about the fact that he's got to worry about keeping people happy, but you do also have to have talented wide receivers.
Yeah, it'd be nice
against
somebody
especially this secondary.
Yeah.
Well, I think this secondary is not as good as Denver's.
Score.
I think Denver's secondary is better than this one.
I just don't see how the Giants are going to score in this game.
I didn't see how they were going to score Sunday night either, but they did.
Yeah,
and the thing is this. The thing you got to remember, the Giants have a good defense, and Seattle's got the same offensive line problem. I don't even know why we're having this debate since I went ahead and picked Seattle. Brian?
Yeah, I can't argue with some of these points, but I just don't – I just think that Giants win last week was a fluke. But
well, I just think Ben McAdoo is not a very good coach, so I'm going to take Pete Carroll. Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Seattle in this.
All right, next up, we've got Denver at San Diego. I almost said San Diego again. Well, I did say San Diego again, didn't I? All right, Denver at the Chargers. Brian?
I'm going to take Denver. I'll take Denver in this, but this is a shitty game to have to pick.
All right, I'm going to go with the Chargers. All right, Oz?
Can I go with the Chargers? I'm not sure if my notes are correct here. I have the Broncos as a 1.5-point underdog in Los Angeles, which I don't know. I guess the polish is off the Trevor Siemian apple. I guess we don't believe he's a quarterback anymore. But I'll tell you what. Here, the Broncos have Anderson and Charles against a run defense. That's what I got it right here. They're 26th ranked against the run in the NFL. I think that's going to be enough. I'm going to take the Broncos to win.
I thought you picked L.A. already.
No.
I did too.
No.
I had to erase that.
I think you just picked both teams. All right, that's one way to be right.
Broncos.
You should pick a tie, though. Matt?
No, not a tie. Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going to go Denver. I don't know. I cannot explain last Sunday. That really floored me that they would play that badly at home. But I think they'll rebound and beat the Chargers.
All right. Yeah, I'm going Chargers, too, if I didn't already say that. Next game, Super Bowl rematch, the Atlanta Falcons at the New England Patriots, Schmitty.
Oh, man, I'm gonna go with New England. New England at home.
Oz?
I should go last, right? I should go last on this one because if y'all go New England, I'll take it the Falcons.
Just pick who you want to win the game, or think will win the game. Jeez.
All right. I'm trying to gain points, though. You guys can play this strategically. I can.
Well, don't go 4-10, and you don't have to try to gain points.
Yeah, well, easier said than done in your case. Let's see. So how about I'll take the Patriots.
Who'd you take?
Patriots. I'm not enthusiastic about it, but I will take them.
All right, Brian already picked. So, Matt.
I want to take Atlanta in this game, but I don't know. The revenge factor, Julio Jones, the way the Patriots defense has been playing, but I just can't do it. I just think New England will find a way to win. I'll take New England.
All right. I'm going to go with the Falcons. There, Oz. I stole your thunder. I don't know why I'm going with them. Neither team looks
Are
like
you just trying to make this so we're all not picking the same teams?
No, I think Atlanta will win the game. I think Atlanta's a better team. They were the better team last year. I picked New England in the Super Bowl. I'm picking Atlanta right now in a regular season game. If they play in the Super Bowl, I'll probably pick New England. The last game of the week, the Washington Redskins, who have to suck because they barely beat the San Francisco 49ers, at the Philadelphia Eagles, Matt.
Washington at Philadelphia. Washington's been an interesting team this year. There's times where they look like they could be a playoff team, and there's other times where they don't look very good. I think
that's pretty
Eagles
much every team in the NFL anymore, though.
Well, I suppose that's true. The Eagles look really good to me. In Philadelphia, I'm going to go with the Eagles in a tight game.
All right, Brian?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Eagles then. I think now with the injury in Green Bay, I think this could potentially clear the way for the Eagles to really take a wide open NFC East and be the number one seed you may possibly coming into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt that the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. Oz, that was kind of sarcastic, but I'm not sure yet. Go ahead, Oz.
I was going to say, really?
They'll get there before the 49ers. Go ahead, Oz.
Oh, I think the Eagles are going to win. They're going to win handily. They're playing great right now. Still.
All right. So my question right now to everybody, because I think the NFL is a little down, to say the least.
Yeah.
And I think it's been going down for the last few years. Right now, if you had to pick a Super Bowl matchup, who would it be, Matt?
Well, the NFC, I would be comfortable saying Philadelphia. I don't think I would have been earlier in the year. I think I like the Eagles and the Lions in the championship game, the two most exciting teams to watch in the NFC right now. And the AFC to me.
Yeah, give me an AFC and NFC championship game, guys.
All right, I'm going to go Philadelphia versus Detroit in the NFC Championship game. And then the AFC Championship game, I'm going to go the Houston Texans against New England with, oh, man, I want to say Houston beating New England, but that's tough. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go Houston, Philadelphia Super Bowl.
Oh, there you go. There's a man after your heart, Oz.
It would be something different.
That's right.
But,
that's right.
I mean, New England would probably win that game, but I don't know. But I'm more intrigued by the Matt Stafford Carson Wentz matchup.
All right, Brian.
NFC. I mean, I kind of like that whole Eagles Detroit. I'm going to go a little different though. I'm gonna put Dallas in that, and I'm gonna say Dallas and Dallas and Detroit, and I'm gonna say Dallas in the Super Bowl and against New England. AFC. I mean, New England will be there. I would think putting another team in there right now. I mean, you can pretty much close your eyes and point. And
yeah, any team with 2 wins in the AFC has a shot right now.
Yeah. Right. So it's Yeah, I like the whole New England Houston as well. But I'll say New England and Dallas in the Super Bowl right now. But that's just wanting to be different, I guess.
I've never heard of anybody wanting to be different picking New England in the Super Bowl, Schmitty.
Yeah, but I'm putting Dallas there too. So.
All right, Oz, you're up.
I'm going to go in terms of most interesting storyline. So I'll take...
No, I want you to pick who you think would be in the 2 championship games right now. It's not
right
story
now.
time.
Don't tell me the spread. Don't tell me interesting. Tell me who you think is going to win the game.
Yeah, but it's...
No, bud. Just say it.
AFC Championship. AFC Championship game is Houston and Kansas City. NFC Championship game, I'm going to go Eagles and Seahawks. Super Bowl is Eagles-Houston.
All right, I'm going to go a little different with some of you guys. The NFC Championship game, I'm going to go with the Eagles. And I'll tell you, I think the Vikings are intriguing to me. If they can get, Bradford back or Bridgewater back, but either way, they've got a really good defense. They're missing Dalvin Cook, so I'm not going to put them there. I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints against the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's possible.
Because I think this is a year where you could get there just having a great offense and scoring a lot of points, especially in the NFC. In the AFC, I don't know. Cincinnati. No. But see, nobody laughed when I said Cincinnati, so that'll tell you how messed up the AFC is. I would say New England.
They're not going to win a playoff game.
Well, we all know. Hey, maybe your team only win a freaking game, Matt. You ever think about that?
We might be 0-16.
My team's never went 0-16.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
I can see it now. Matt's team will be 0-16. He'll say, yeah, but the Detroit Lions were only in 6 of their games, and we were in like 15. We lost by 3 points, so we were obviously the best 0-16 team ever.
No, they won't go.
That would be really bad to say that you're the best 0-16 ever.
They'll go 1-15. They'll go 1-15. They'll beat the Rams. They'll take the Rams out of the playoffs.
They'll beat somebody.
They're not going to beat the Rams.
They will.
They might beat Dallas this week. I don't think Dallas is that good. I just don't. I think defensively Dallas has serious issues. I think they got a shot against
Dallas.
I do too. I mean, I almost picked them just to mess with you because I thought they had a chance. But since we're tied and I'll
admit that would have messed with me.
yeah, I thought about it, and I would have meant it because I think it could be a close game. Because I think defensively they could shut Dallas down, and Dallas's offense is not that good. It's just I really don't think C.J. Beathard's that good. So I think in the end that's what's going to get them. In the AFC, I'm going to pick Jacksonville against New England.
Jacksonville.
With New England going to the Super Bowl and playing Philadelphia, and the Eagles beating them.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah,
the All Freedom Bowl.
Super Bowl 38, right?
Yeah.
So who is the MVP so far in the NFL, Brian? I'll just blindside you guys completely again.
I will be honest with you. I think the MVP right now is also the Rookie of the Year, and that's Watson.
That's what?
Watson.
What about the running back from Kansas City?
That's who I was going to pick.
I'm going to go with Watson right now.
All right, Matt, go ahead and pick then, since I know you're going to pick.
Yeah, I was there. You could really make an argument for Alex Smith or Kareem Hunt. I'm going to say Kareem Hunt has had more impact, so I think he's I don't think anybody saw this coming. He's really good.
All right, Oz?
I can't pick Todd Gurley or Aaron Donald with good conscience, so I'm going to go with my guy in Houston.
Deshaun Watson or DeAndre Hopkins?
Absolutely, Deshaun Watson.
All right. I'm going with Vontaze Burfict. He's the best football player in the world. He just is. I mean, it's stupid to not think that. He's the best defensive player in football. And he will lead the Bengals to the division championship, starting with an ass-kicking of the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend.
Yeah, good luck on that.
Wow.
Yeah. You're looking at 15 tackles, probably an interception.
Just
twist
don't think
Ben's
that
ankle.
universe exists.
What? What kind of alternate universe is what?
Where the
alternate universe where your team can't win a game?
Well, I think we were talking about your team that hasn't won a playoff game in like 30 years. So
yeah, but at least my team's won games this year.
That's true.
Okay.
Congrats.
And my team plays an important game this week, while your team plays the Dallas Cowboys in a game nobody cares about. See?
Yeah,
that's what happens when you attack me repeatedly. I have to attack back.
That's all right. I'm on good with it.
All right. Any final words, Matt?
Final words. Well, I'm just going to be out enjoying sunny California and enjoying some football. Hopefully there's going to be good games all over the league, and I hope I win this week.
And the good thing is, there's only like 16 people to show up to you guys' games, so you can move right up front and center. All right.
That's kind of how it is at a lot of stadiums right now.
Yeah. Brian?
Bengals suck. Go Steelers.
Okay. See, that right there is the epitome of a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I mean, a few words, and none of them made any sense. Oz?
Rams rule. We're going to win in England.
Okay. And all I got to say is, I ain't got nothing to say other than at least my team's not winless. So, and at least my team's not Pittsburgh, with a quarterback that wants to quit, and Antonio Brown, who is a cancer. And that'll be proven this weekend, and I can't wait to talk about it next Tuesday, where we come back and talk about the Bengals beating the Steelers 23-10.
Yeah, the Bengals have no cancer.
23-10.
Who's the Bengals' cancer?
Are you kidding me?
Who's the cancer? Other than Marvin Lewis.
Marvin Lewis, Pac-Man Joe.
Pac-Man Jones is a cancer.
Sleeping sickness. He's not cancer.
How is Pac-Man Jones still on that roster?
How's he a cancer? He's a good football player. He spit on a nerves that had nothing to do with the football on the field. And he stands for the national anthem.
Oh, my God.
There we go. See? All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up.
The LSD
I want to remind
of,
everybody, check out all the shows on thegruelingtruth.net. You can download our app on iTunes. Make sure you check out our sponsors, especially mybookie.ag. Promo code NFL Picks get you a 100% cash bonus. So for Oz Davis, Brian Schmidt, Matt Andruscavage, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.